Tensions are running high in the courtroom for Gwenyth Paltrow's ski accident trial. Both she and her accuser have now taken the stand, and they are telling very different stories. Kayna Whitworth has more.
Good morning, Gwenyth.
Tensions running high as Hollywood A-lister Gwenyth Paltrow's legal team takes charge in a civil case for her 2016 ski collision. Paltrow's attorneys trying to drive a hole into testimony from Terry Sanderson, who was 69 years old when he claims Paltrow ran into him on the slopes of Deer Valley Resort in Utah.
Plaintiff's called Mr. Terry Sanderson.
For the first time on the stand, Sanderson telling his side of the story.
I got hit in my back so hard. Serious smack. Never been hit that hard, and I'm flying. I'm absolutely flying.
His testimony directly contradicting Paltrow's.
Mr. Sanderson categorically hit me on that ski slope, and that is the truth.
The Oscar winner doubling down.
I said, "You skied directly into my effing back," and he said, "Oh, sorry, I'm sorry."
But Sanderson's swearing it wasn't his fault.
Terry, did you cause the ski collision with Miss Paltrow?
Absolutely not.
Paltrow's attorney then showing the jury an animated rendering from the perspective of Paltrow's son's ski instructor, who was there. Paltrow and Sanderson seen crossing near each other down the slope.
That would represent Mr. Sanderson.
But the witness said he just missed seeing the exact moment the two collided. After the ski accident, Sanderson says his life was never the same.
I'm like living another life now. My interaction with my family has been more difficult. They've told me they've noticed some changes.
His lawyers now asking for $300,000, claiming Paltrow's out-of-control skiing caused 4 broken ribs, pain and suffering, and permanent traumatic brain injury. Paltrow countersuing for a symbolic $1 and her attorney fees.
Attorney's fees in a case like this that's been going on since 2016 can easily add up into hundreds of thousands of dollars for the attorneys, because attorneys do charge by the hour.
Our thanks to Kayna Whitworth for that, and let's bring in ABC News contributor, host at the Law and Crime Network, Brian Buckmeyer, for more. Hi, Brian. So today we're hearing from an expert in the biomechanics of skiing. What do you think about that testimony?
First of all, I didn't know that this was a job or an area of study, but it makes sense when you think of the questions that Paltrow's attorneys asked Sanderson's witness, who was a biomechanic expert, but not that in skiing. So we're going to hear much more specific information about how skiing happens, how accidents can occur, and how injuries may come about based on Paltrow's point of view. I think the jury may credit this witness more than that of Sanderson's because of his specialty.
Now, Paltrow's defense grilled Sanderson on that email he wrote saying, quote, "I'm famous." What did you make of his explanation?
I don't think it really held water or held up on his skis, whatever metaphor you want to use, because it seemed like he was backtracking. That was, I think at one point even said, well, that was a different personality. That was a different type of humor. That's a different him that is now the person after the accident. And the first thing that stuck out to me when he said that, well, which personality is testifying now if that's a different you? I don't think it was a good explanation.
Now, Sanderson testified that he heard a blood-curdling cry just before the crash. He described it as like someone was out of control about to crash into a tree. How effective was his testimony, and how do you think he did on cross?
So a number of things to that. One, I don't think the judge should have allowed that in, because how can a person tell what a scream means to the other person? I think it's very smart that he got it in, because he needs to prove that Paltrow is beyond just doing the ordinary actions of a skier. She needs to be reckless for this to be a claim that he can win, because there's an assumption of risk when you compete or play or participate in any sport that you could be injured. And so he means to say that she did something reckless. But I think the jury might be able to parse through that and say, well, how do you know this scream meant that? But if they're not able to, they may believe him and say, well, obviously she was out of control based on the scream. I think it really depends on how either side nails that issue down come summation.
All right, Brian Buckmeyer, we appreciate the analysis as always. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.